Since the nuclear age began with the development of nuclear weapons in the United States in 1945, many countries have created programs to develop nuclear weapons. Today, 8 countries officially have nuclear weapons. Now, Iran and North Korea are trying to develop nuclear weapons. This raises one major question. Should they be allowed to? Many nations have nuclear weapons to defend themselves in the modern era, but North Korea has vowed to spread communism to the south by any means necessary and to attack the U.S. Similarly, Iran has vowed to wipe Israel, one of our closest allies, off the map. What should be done, if anything, to prevent these countries from having nuclear weapons? Go.
I think the best option is to try to seek a resolution from the UN Security Council. Now, if they could put economic sanctions on the Iranian government, it would make it very hard for Iran to get the materials they need for nukes. The only problem with that is getting Russia and China to endorse its actions. They both sell arms to Iran, and the sanctions would hurt them as well. But if we could get the entire UNSC to agree to economic sanctions, that would be best.
We have to remember that Iran's nuclear program is not only for weapons. They at least claim to be enriching the uranium for civilian purposes like nuclear energy. The U.S. gets 19% of its electricity from nuclear plants. What gives us the right to deny another country that clean, cheap energy? The U.S. and Israeli government have spoken about the red lines where uranium enrichment is definitely for weapons instead of energy. But until we get there, we have no reason to worry.
I don't think we need to do anything. Lots of countries have nuclear weapons. We sure do. Why wouldn't we let another country have them? They need to be able to defend themselves if some kind of nuclear war broke out. Anyway, they won't use them. They know that there's always the deterrent of America's nuclear arsenal. It's not perfect, but we've prevented other countries from using their new nukes in the past, like China in the 1960s.
We need to do everything necessary to prevent them from having nuclear weapons, now. The reason Israel exists is to protect the world from another Holocaust. And now we have this government in Iran that promises to kill every single Jew in Israel. That's why they're making these nukes. So we need to bomb their facilities, make it impossible for them to have nuclear weapons. If we don't, Israel will. And if Israel does, the world will retaliate. We need to act now, before it's too late.
We should also rely on the international community to keep North Korea in check. Let's face it, they're going up against South Korea, a far more economically and militarily prosperous country, and the United States of America. The only nation that comes close to being an ally for them is China. And even China is getting upset with them. There's no way that the world will let North Korea do anything with their weapons. Everybody knows that if they did, they would be the aggressor and would face retaliation from the world.
Now we all know that North Koreans are not only using their nuclear technology for energy. They have certainly developed nuclear weapons already, capable of attacking Seoul, and they're working on long-range missiles to attack the U.S. This possesses much greater threat than many need to be dealt with. They have nuclear devices, and they have a leader who's crazy enough to use them.
Oh, there's no need to worry about North Korea. They barely have a bomb. And they certainly don't have the technology to deliver it to the United States. Their country is a tiny dictatorship where the people are starving while Kim Jong-un makes empty threats to every major power in the world. If he wants to worry about tearing down American capitalism and spreading the virtues of communism, he should first worry about having a healthy populace and making his system work there.
In the case of North Korea, we need to just be active. Since the Korean War in the 50s, South Korea has been our strongest ally in the region, and North Korea has always wanted to spread control to the south. We really can't leave our ally without a helping hand. The North would attack, and the Korean War would be reignited. That might even spiral into a much larger conflict involving Russia and China and everyone else. So we should be stern in our position against North Korea.